Japan's national parks are replete with diverse flora and fauna, beautiful scenery, rare natural resources, and the history of the people who have taken care of them. Abundant nature in national parks attracts many visitors every year, not only from Japan, but also from overseas. Here in Hokkaido, we have 6 national parks. Mountain climbing and trekking are some of the activities that people enjoy doing in these parks. This is an introduction to popular trekking trails in our national parks. Akan-Mashu National Park is located in the eastern part of Hokkaido. It has 3 volcanic craters, Akan, Kushiro, and Mashu, each with its own distinctive lake. Varied geographical features formed by volcanic activity and the concentration of special biota benefiting from geothermal energy in a small area is unique to this part of Japan. Much of the park is covered with natural forest composed mainly of subarctic coniferous trees which still retain their prehistoric appearance. There are 3 trail starting points up Mount Meakan, Lake Akan's lakefront, Meakan Hot Spring, and Onneto. Here, we will introduce a trail where you will ascend from the trail starting point at Lake Akan's lakefront, which has a comparatively gentle incline, and ascend to Onneto via Akan-Fuji. In this trail, you'll see enchanting scenery of interweaving volcanoes that form the Akan volcanic crater and an unobstructed breathtaking view from the summit. June to September is the season when walking up the mountain is the most pleasant. The trail starting point at Lake Akan's lakefront is a 10-minute walk from the parking lot, which is a 15-minute drive up from the forest road on the west side of the hot spring town. You will need basic climbing equipment such as mountain climbing boots, water, and rain and cold weather gear. Bears may appear, so countermeasures such as a bear bell and bear spray are necessary. There are no toilets along the trail. To protect the plants, please do not walk outside the trail. There are several parking slots in front of the trail's starting point at Lake Akan's lakefront. As you climb up the trail, the view opens up from around the 5th station, and if you look down at the base of the mountain, you will see Lake Akan. It takes 3 hours and 30 minutes over a distance of about 5.5 kilometers to reach Mount Meakan's summit. From around the 7th station, a sweeping volcanic plateau blooms with alpine flora during early summer. From here on, the temperature drops, and if your body temperature drops due to the wind and rain, you will be easily exhausted. Make sure to bring extra layers of clothing. Around the 8th station, there are fewer landmarks and it is easy to get lost if it gets foggy, so please be careful. From Mount Meakan's summit, you can see the powerful crater spewing smoke. Please do not go near the crater as it is dangerous. At the summit, there is a great view of the colorful red bog and blue bog down below. From the fork in the trail, the path to Akan-Fuji is on a slightly slippery, gravelly incline, so please be careful. From Mount Akan-Fuji's summit, you will see magnificent views all around, including that of Mount Meakan. A mystical lake that changes color depending on the time of day, the season, and your location, Onneto is the endpoint of the trail. There are campsites, lodging facilities, and toilets around Onneto. Shikotsu-Toya National Park is located in the southwestern part of Hokkaido. It is geographically characterized by 2 major volcanic crater lakes, Lake Shikotsu and Lake Toya, which are surrounded by many volcanoes such as Mount Tarumai and Mount Yote. Volcanic activity continues to this day, and it's known as a place where you can feel the Earth's size firsthand. The Nishiyama Trail offers a view of Lake Shikotsu across the lava dome, which has been designated as a natural monument of Hokkaido. This mountain is popular with trekking enthusiasts from Japan and overseas because it's easily accessible from Sapporo and New Chitose Airport, and it's easy to trek even by beginners and children. The best time to visit is green season, from mid-June to August, when the vast woodlands and the blue hue of Lake Shikotsu are a sight to see. It's a 15-minute drive from Lake Shikotsu's lakefront to the 7th Station Hut, the starting point of the trail. Mountain climbing boots are necessary as the sand gravel can be slippery. Aside from rain and cold weather gear and water, it's good to bring warm clothing because it can be windy in some places. There are no toilets or rest areas along the trail, but there are benches for you to sit on. There is a parking lot and toilets in the 7th Station Hut, the starting point of the trail. It takes 2 hours over a distance of about 2.9 kilometers to reach the summit of Mount Nishiyama. From the 7th Station Hut, it takes about 10 minutes to reach the viewing deck, where you can enjoy a panoramic view of Lake Shikotsu below. The first signpost from the trail starting point is at the outer rim of the crater where the trail diverges. Turn left here for the Nishiyama Trail. The shorter Higashiyama Trail is on the right. After this point, there are no obstacles and you will be exposed to the wind, so please be careful of the drop in temperature. Halfway up, the incline gets steeper and the sand gravel gets slippery. The shrine behind the main Tarumai-san Shrine was built in 1928. Divine spirits are enshrined here. Near the summit of Mount Nishiyama, you can see a composite volcano's lava dome, which is rare in the world. The area near the crater is dangerous and off-limits. A field of flowers with various alpine flora such as beard tongue and Japanese wintergreen blooming in profusion is also a highlight of the trail. Daisetsuzan National Park is located in the central part of Hokkaido, and it has magnificent mountains, including Mount Asahi and Mount Kurodake. The famous peaks known collectively as the Roof of Hokkaido are popular among climbers, and the beautiful scenery of colorful alpine flora is a feast for the eyes. The Mount Asahi and Mount Kurodake Traverse Trail runs across Mount Asahi, Hokkaido's highest peak, and Mount Kurodake. Requiring stamina, a one-way hike lasts about 7.5 hours over a distance of 12.5 kilometers, but it offers an expansive, spectacular view of Hokkaido's beautiful mountains. The best time to visit is from July to early August when alpine flowers are in bloom, and mid-September for fall foliage. It takes about 10 minutes from the base station at the foot of the mountain to Sugatami Station of the Daisetsuzan Asahidake Ropeway, the starting point of the trail. Please bring enough climbing equipment such as mountain climbing boots, water, rain and cold weather gear to cope with any change in weather. The area is also inhabited by bears, so countermeasures such as a bear bell and bear spray are necessary. There are only a few permanent toilets along the trail, so please bring a portable toilet. Around Sugatami Station, you can view many ponds created by the volcanoes and Hell Valley vents that still spew steam and gases. Toward Mount Asahi's summit, the incline is steep, gravelly, and slippery, so it's easy to get tired. It takes 2 hours and 30 minutes over a distance of about 2.3 kilometers to reach Mount Asahi's summit. Mount Asahi's summit, Hokkaido's highest peak, offers a sweeping, spectacular view of Mount Tomuraushi and the Tokachi mountain range. The weather and temperature near the summit can change easily, so please be careful. The trail between Mount Mamiya and Mount Nakadake is a windy area, and there is nothing to block the wind, so strong winds may make it difficult to walk. The Hokuchin Junction is the diverging point between the trail to Mount Kurodake and the trail to Mount Hokuchin. Be careful at the junction, as fog can obscure your direction. It takes 1 hour and 35 minutes over a distance of about 5 kilometers to reach Mount Kurodake's summit from this point. From the Ohachidaira Observatory, you can see a majestic view of the Ohachidaira volcanic crater below. Bears are frequently seen near the crater, and there are many alpine plants from Ohachidaira to Kumono-daira. The Kurodake Ishimuro Hut is a refuge hut with toilets. You can also camp in tents at the designated area for camping at Mount Kurodake. From the summit of Mount Kurodake, you can enjoy a panoramic view of the surrounding area. Like Ohachidaira and Kumono-daira, it's a good spot for viewing alpine flora. The end point of the trail is the 7th station of the Kurodake lift. It is located at an altitude of about 1,500 meters. Kushiro-shitsugen National Park is located in eastern Hokkaido, and it comprises Kushiro Marsh, Japan's largest marsh, and the range of hills surrounding it. It is home to a wide variety of fauna, including the red-crowned crane, a designated protected species. The park is also a Ramsar wetland of international importance and is internationally acclaimed for its rarity. The trail covering the Onnanai Wooden Path and the Hokkaido Nature Trail is a trail that allows you to see various marshes up close, including common reed sedge marshes, peat moss marshes, and Japanese alder groves. There is an observatory along the trail where you can enjoy an expansive view of marshes that cannot be seen from anywhere else. The best time to visit is from early summer to autumn, around June to September. In winter, there are places where you can enjoy Nordic walking and snowshoeing. It's about a 40-minute drive from Kushiro Station to the Onnanai Visitor Center, the trail's starting point. You don't need full-fledged mountain climbing equipment, as it is a trail that can be covered with only lightweight hiking gear. There is a wheelchair-accessible section, so people in wheelchairs and those pushing strollers can also enjoy the trail. In summer, there is nothing to block the sun, so please be careful of heat stroke. The wooden path is dilapidated in some parts, so please watch your step. There are toilets and a parking lot at the Onnanai Visitor Center, the trail's starting point. The Onnanai Wooden Path is the only path in Kushiro Marsh that allows visitors to walk through the marsh. One lap takes about an hour. Here you can see typical Kushiro Marsh plants, such as common reeds and sedges, and various birds, such as the red-crowned crane, which has come to symbolize the marsh. The old Tsurui track was built on the site of an abandoned railway line. It connects the Onnanai Wooden Path and the direction towards the Kushiro Marsh Observatory. It takes 1 hour and 5 minutes over a distance of about 4.8 kilometers to reach the satellite observatory. The satellite observatory offers an expansive view of the marsh. Signboards about the marsh are placed along the surrounding paths. The Kushiro Marsh Observatory at the end of the trail is also a popular spot for viewing the marsh. There are toilets here. Shiretoko National Park is located in Japan's northeasternmost part, offering impressive, rugged views of interweaving mountains. Shiretoko was registered as a World Natural Heritage Site in July 2005 for its dynamic ecosystem that spans seas, rivers, and forests, and for being an important breeding ground and wintering spot for internationally rare species. From the lake's entrance, the Lake Rausu Trail passes through 4 bogs leading to the secluded lake. There is an abundance of plants such as bog cranberry, round-leaved sundew, and sedges, and you can enjoy views of the wetlands and Lake Rausu that change with the seasons. The best time to hike is June and July when many flowers are in bloom. In October, hikers can enjoy fantastic fall foliage. The entrance to the trail can be reached by bus or by foot from Shiretoko Pass. You will need rain and cold weather gear, water, and other equipment similar to gear required for light mountain climbing. There is a lot of mud, so please wear hiking boots and do not walk outside the trail. To prevent bringing in seeds from other areas, please remove soil on the soles of your shoes using the grating at the trail's entrance. Bears also appear, so countermeasures, such as shouting and bear spray, are necessary. There are no toilets or rest areas along the trail, so please bring a portable toilet. There is a portable toilet collection box at the trail's entrance and starting point. A one-way trek to Lake Rausu takes 1 hour and 30 minutes over a distance of 2.5 kilometers. There are 4 bogs along the route to Lake Rausu, and the reflection of Mount Rausu on the surface of the lake in the 3rd bog is especially spectacular and worth seeing. In the spring, lovely bog bean flowers adorn the surface of the lake. There is a portable toilet booth in the 4th bog. Lake Rausu is the largest lake in the Shiretoko Peninsula. If you're lucky, you'll see chipmunks, deer, and other wildlife. Rishiri-Rebun-Sarobetsu National Park is the northernmost national park in Japan, with beautiful mountains, hills, lakes, marshes, and coastal dunes. Located in the northern part of Hokkaido, Rishiri Island, Rebun Island, and Sarobetsu Moor, one of Japan's largest upland wetlands, are all ablaze with flowering fields of alpine flora. The Momoiwa Observatory Trail is an easy way to experience Rebun Island's charms. While listening to warbling birds, you can enjoy the ever-changing scenery of beautiful, crystal-clear seas and hilly landscapes. The best time for hiking is mid-May to mid-September when the trail is easy to walk on and rare alpine flowers are in bloom. Kafuka Port, the starting point of the trail, is about a 2-hour ferry ride from Wakkanai Port. There are no bears or other large animals on Rebun Island, so you can safely hike alone. While the trail isn't difficult to hike, you'll need basic climbing equipment, such as mountain climbing boots, water, and rain and cold weather gear. The trail's starting point is at Kafuka Port, where toilets are available. From here, it takes about 1 hour and 10 minutes over a distance of about 4.5 kilometers to reach the Momoiwa Observatory. The signpost for the Momoiwa shortcut is the junction to the trail. A moderate uphill climb begins. There are toilets and a parking lot at the ranger house. From this point until the Momoiwa Observatory, the view of various pretty flowers is beautiful. From the Momoiwa Observatory, you can see a massive, odd-looking rock shaped like a peach. From here to the Motochi Lighthouse, the scenery is ever-changing with the Rebun Blue Sea on your right, the hilly landscape and the port town on your left, and Mount Rishiri on neighboring Rishiri Island. But please be careful because the path is narrow in places and the wind can be strong on some days. Kinbai Valley, which overlooks the sea, is a great place to view its unique hue known as Rebun Blue. There are benches in the Motochi Lighthouse where you can rest. From here, it's a gentle descent along an unpaved path. Several buses leave the Shiretoko bus stop for Kafka Port each day. We've shared with you some of the popular trekking trails in Hokkaido's 6 national parks. Please visit us and experience magnificent nature that can only be found here in Hokkaido.